Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to second PU Computer Science online class. So we know that already what's the meaning of the member functions, the meaning of the member data, or the meaning of the object here, or the some advantages here of the object oriented programming, or what are the languages are available, or what's the language of the OP, that is C++, C hash, Java here. So we know that the object oriented programming use the data as the main function in the program here. That is, our object oriented programming method use the data as the main element or the main function or the main element in the program in this case here, and the data tied to the function. See, in this diagram, just here we can say that because the data combined with the functions here. So that means main element is the data, and the data that tied to the function, that combined with the functions in this case here, and the other member function cannot access or modify the data here. That means the other class data, other class functions cannot access such data here. So such data can be accessed only by the functions that are present inside the class here. So in this example, three classes are there, a set of classes. So 1, 2, 3, and in every class the two objects, that is called as the member function and the member data, are there here, and the functions that operate by using such data only in this case here. So this is the main concept of the object oriented programming in this case here. Otherwise we can say that the organization of data and functions in our object oriented programming, when it comes to organize the OOP program, we need to use data and the functions in this case here. So the basic unit of the object oriented programming, or the object is the basic unit of the object oriented programming in this case here. And to design O program or the object oriented model, first a set of classes are defined, correct? No? Why? Because this is the class, and such class containing data and functions here. So when you are going to design object oriented programming here, or the object oriented model, first of all a set or a class we need to define in this case here. Now what's the meaning of the class? A class is a template from which objects are created. That means the meaning of the class is a template from which the objects are created. Now what are the objects are created in the class? The objects are data and the functions only here, and the template of a class define or specifies maybe the member data, member function and their attributes. That means some characteristics or the features of the data and the functions in this case here. So this is called as the organization of data and functions in our object oriented programming here. And after the object oriented programming, our next concept is called as the basic concept of the object oriented programming here. So what are the basic concept of the object oriented programming here? So the major characteristics of object oriented programming languages are maybe called as the object or the class in this case here, data abstraction, data encapsulation in this case here, or called as the inheritance, or maybe the overloading here, and after the overloading polymorphism, dynamic binding, message passing in this case. Again I am going to repeat what are the major characteristics of the object oriented programming languages. The major characteristics or the basic concept of the object oriented programming languages are, one is the object, class in this case here, or maybe data abstraction, data encapsulation in this case here, inheritance, overloading, polymorphism, dynamic binding, message passing. So totally 9 points are there. That is called as the major characteristics of the object oriented programming language here. Now the diagram shows that components of the object oriented programming. I already said what are the components going to use in our object oriented programming. So the basic of the OP is the encapsulation, abstraction here, polymorphism and the inheritance. Now let's see, but because I already said the first major characteristics of the object oriented programming language, that is called as the objects. Clear this point here? Now we are in the first major feature or the characteristics of the object oriented programming language. The first point or the first feature, that is called as the object. Okay here? That is called as the objects. In this case we already know the meaning of the object here, or the meaning of the object in this case. That means it is called as the, it's a collection of data called as member data, and also a collection of function, that means called as the member function, and the member function that operate by using such a data only. So here simply in simple words the meaning of the object, that is member data and member function, are called as the objects. Okay here? So now about our objects here. So before going to tell about the object in this case here, we know that the object, that is called as the member data and member functions, are the basic building block for designing the program. Correct here? Maybe here we can say that if no data, is it possible to use the function? No. If no function, is it possible just by using the data to complete the program? No here. So we can say that the objects are the data and the functions are the basic building block for designing the programs in this case here. And an object may represent a person, place and table of data in this case here. That means any kind of object we can use, any kind of data we can use in this case here. Now maybe the object name is the student. Clear this point here? Maybe the object is the student here. So in student, what are the information we are going to collect here? So in our object student, some of the information we are going to collect as a member data, that is called as the name, register number, class. Otherwise some other example we can use for the member data for the object student, that is name, roll number or section or combination, any kind of member data we can use, that is called as the data members in this case here. And the member function, that means maybe the get data. So we are going to get the information about the name, register number, class here, and whatever we got. Clear in this case here, whatever we got the information here, such one going to display by using the functions like our member function in this case here. So we can say that an object may represent maybe the person information, maybe the place information here, or maybe called as the table of data. That means the information, in this case a table of piece of information here. Now simply the one more question, otherwise we can say that what do you mean by a object? What is an object in this case here? So an object is a collection of data members and associated member function here. So clear this part here. So whatever the meaning I already said what's the meaning of the object before that only here, but also I want to tell by using other meaning in this case here, or maybe in other words in this case, the meaning of the object in this case. An object is a collection of data members. It is a collection of the data members here, and associated member function is called as the object. Clear this one here? And each object is identified by a unique name. What's the meaning of this one? That means if you already taken the name, clear this part here, as a data members here, it's not possible to repeat it again here. That means one time only we are going to declare the data members. So just only I said here each object is identified by a unique name. One time only we are going to declare, okay, the name of the object in this case here. And here, every object must be a member of a particular class in this case. Why? Because maybe the class name is the fruits. Then some of the objects are apple, mango, banana in this case. If the class, that means here the class name, if the class name is the fruits, then some of the example for the objects are here, maybe the apple or banana or the orange, chiku. All these are the example for the objects in this case here. So just only I said every object must be a member of a particular class. Clear this point here? Every object must be a member of a particular class. So the object name is the student. So depend on the object name student, I collected the information for data member as the name, register number, class in this case here, and member function, that means it's going to get the data, and whatever we got is such data is going to display. Such one is called as the sum of the member data and the member function. Or maybe the object, that means here the class is the teacher. Now what are the objects you are going to collect here? That means for the member data, for the class teacher here, the member data are the name or maybe the subject code in this case here, or we can say as the subject, that is called as the, or it comes in the data members. One is called as the name, or second one is called as the subject code or the subject here. If more information you are going to collect for data member, you can add it, that is the address. Clear this point here? The address also you can add it in this case here, or the telephone number in this case, so all are called as the data members. That is we are going to collect as a data in this case here. And for the member function we can use the same, that is get data. Whatever we added here, it's going to get the information in this case here, and later next one, and whatever we got the information, such one is going to display here. So this one is called as the subclass of the object teacher in this case here. So this is called as the object containing member data and the member functions in this case. And here we can say that we already know the class is the fruit. If the class name is the fruits in this case here, then objects are, we can say apple, banana, mango. And if the class name is the student, then objects we are going to collect as the name, register number, combination, or maybe the combination, okay here. And so all are the information for the class student in this case here. And here at the time of execution of a program, we already completed data member and member function here. Now I am going to execute the program in this case here. So before going to execute the program, when we are going to declare the data members, the object take up space in memory. Correct me here. First of all, we need to declare. First of all, if the memory space is there, then only possible to declare the object in this case here. So first of all, the object take up space in the memory and also have some of the address. Okay, every object have some of the address in this case here. And after that, when you are going to execute the program in this case here, that is called as, at the time of execution of a program, the object you are going to interact, that means the object are data members and the member functions in this case here. The object are going to interact with one another by sending messages to the another object. Clear this one? How the program going to execute in this case? Just only after completing, after taking as the data member and member function here, after that when you are going to execute the program, while executing the program here, the objects are going to interact with one another here. Clear this part here? The member data going to interact with the member functions and member function going to interact with the member data here. So this is some points about the object. Thank you.